I do get nasty. Welcome to the Wonderland Effect. If you're new here, thank you for showing up. If you've been here, thank you for being A1 since day one. I do appreciate you guys. And reminder, the channel is nothing without you guys. So go ahead and like, comment, just share, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff. And I'm going to give the mic away to my guest. Apparently I can't talk.
It's all right.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, what's up, everybody? I am Terry Griffin. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I am the content king, as they say. That's what I would just introduce that. So I'm just happy to be here. Happy to have this conversation with you. This is a repeat.
Yes,
actually.
Yes.
This is a repeat for us because our first one never dropped.
Shall we throw shade? Let's do it.
I'm lit. Throw it.
Okay, so this is an update. We were supposed to have an original episode dropping like a long time ago
July, like last
before November, which was his actual entrepreneur experience. So we are acclimated. You're not a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
But the episode never dropped because I never got the content until December. Oh, no, January of this year. So we filmed it in March.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get it until January 2025. Which is why I'm no longer with that studio. So if you guys know, this is obviously a better place to be.
You feel me?
And I got the
L3
connection
perspective.
through you.
I am a connector.
You are definitely.
I am a connector.
Yes.
I love hooking people up. I should have to do like a dating show, but for entrepreneurs.
Dating
And
show?
It's not really dating, but like a dating show, but for connecting entrepreneurs with resources.
Isn't that just like a networking event?
It
Don't you
is.
do those already?
I do those, but it'll be different.
Oh.
We
Are you
can
going to spin it?
we can spin it, make some money off of it.
You
You can be the
always-
co-host.
I'm ready.
See, look,
I'm always
there we
ready. You're
go.
the co-host.
Exactly.
What? I've been waiting for my debut on
Yeah.
a dating show. Like,
Come on.
Welcome to the entrepreneur.
We can do our own like Mr. Beast games and stuff.
Yes, they wouldn't even be ready for it. Okay, so I do want to get into it. Let them know like what exactly it is that you do, because you do own businesses.
Yes. So for me is I have a marketing company,
Mm-hmm.
a marketing agency for entrepreneurs, because a lot of entrepreneurs don't know how to create content for their business. They're not consistent with the content and they don't know what content to make that turns into dollars. So I teach entrepreneurs how to create content and then also go and do it for them.
I love that. I wish you would do mines, but I'd have to pay you.
I ain't even got the shirt on.
It is.
I'm for hire.
You're always for hire.
I'm for hire.
Not for free though.
No.
We're gonna have to change it.
No,
That's
not for free. Not for
Why
free.
you don't want to be for free?
Listen,
Charity
you know what was so crazy? Let me tell you this. Somebody hit me the other day in my inbox was like, why do I gotta pay you for my content? Like, can't you just come and shoot content and we see where it goes?
work? No.
And I said, yes. You can shoot your own content. You don't have to pay me $1. You shoot your own content, post it, and then you see where it goes.
Yeah.
You don't need me for that. But if you want me, you got to pay. You do hair. You ain't about to do nobody hair for free.
No, exactly. But why do you think it's like that? Why do people have that misconception in the entrepreneur world?
People don't value marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that they don't value, people don't like the word ignorant, but people are ignorant to marketing,
Yeah.
right? They just don't know. And because they're ignorant to marketing, they don't see the value in it. But they need to realize that their business isn't thriving because don't nobody know who they are.
Yeah.
And the way for people to know who you are is through marketing,
Yeah.
social media, content. And if you're not good at it or you're not making it for your brand, then can't nobody support you or
You think-
patronize your business.
You think a lot of people don't understand what a brand is? Because I was one of those people who didn't really understand what the brand is. Like when you say that word.
For sure. Brand, yes, I think people don't fully understand what the meaning of a brand is, right? Or the difference of a brand and a personal brand and marketing. That everybody think everything is the same,
Mhm.
but not knowing that all of these things are different.
I
Sure.
think looping it in, it kind of like restricts you
Yeah.
to possibilities. But also, it's like nobody really tells you that when you start your own business, because a business it's not easy to start, but it's easy to start, if that makes
Yes.
sense.
A lot of people people like the fun shit, right?
Yes.
I can cuss. We can
Yeah,
cuss.
we can
All right,
cuss.
I'm making sure. A lot of people like the fun shit, right? Oh, I got a logo.
Mhm.
Oh, I got some colors. Oh, I got a website. Oh, I got my social media name. Oh, I got some shirts made.
Mhm.
That's all the fun stuff. And people do that and they just think, all right, I did this. The world come by for me.
Come to me.
Yeah, come to me. But it's like, don't nobody know who you are.
How they gonna find you?
How they gonna find you? You done made 30 hoodies and you ain't even got 30 people to sell them to.
Yeah.
And your aunties and your cousin and them ain't buying it. So it's like you stuck. And so we just aren't educated on that, right? So like me going speaking at, like I've spoken like Paul Mitchell and different schools like that, right? One of the things when I go in there and talk to them, like you need this school obviously to learn the sanitary things, how to do all the styles and all of that kind of stuff, right? But the hard part is when you leave here, who gonna know that you got your license?
Yeah.
Who gonna know that you open for business? They don't teach that kind of stuff. So you have to start learning how to market yourself. And my thing when I talk to them, when I go to the school, is like, you're here.
Mhm.
You should be shooting content every day.
Yeah.
Every day that you're in class, you should be shooting some type of content of you learning to build your brand so people can start following you so you can start getting more clients.
You ever turn that off? Like when you're out, like content creation, do you turn it off?
I try to, but
It's
people
hard.
don't let me.
People are
don't
you?
No, both. It's both. Listen, man, I be in a club and a motherfucker come up be like, hey, bro, I just got this book. And can you talk to me about what type of content I can make so I can sell my book? I be like, bro, can we just take a shot and chill? Like, come on, man. I'm in the VIP section. I don't want to talk about your book right now.
Yeah.
And so it's just people don't allow me. But also, I don't either. It's just how my brain works. I'm just always thinking content or like, how can we turn this moment into some content that we can post? Because shit, content pay the bills.
It do, but like, I'm having a real tough time shutting it off now. Like I do everything with intention to make content now. Like everything has to be content.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to go do it if there's no content behind it.
That's hella funny.
It's getting bad. It's getting really bad. Like I don't want to go outside
It'd be
unless I'm going.
It'd be like those videos where it'd be like the friend with the camera
Yes.
and everybody else sitting there waiting.
Yeah,
Like, can you
that's
hurry
me.
up? The
It's
camera
just-
eats first, as they say.
It has become me.
The camera eats first.
When we go to dinner, it's like, okay, nobody touch your plates. I need to get this. This is going for content. I never know when I'm gonna need the video, but I need it just in case.
Some B-roll. You know what? I'm like that as well, but it's also for me to turn it off. I also just be like, all right, tonight is family night, or tonight I ain't gonna even pick up my phone and shoot no content. So I'm learning to not make everything content, but also people that rock with me or that goes out with me know that content pay the bills.
So they don't mind.
They don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, I got y'all in the community, but like outside of y'all, nobody cares. Why do you always gotta do this?
Yeah.
Blah blah. And like, there's a reason behind it. Like, I never know what I needed. Like, I might need to post something, and I don't have a filler for that. So everything has become content.
Everything.
I'm becoming annoying. That person.
But let me ask you this: on the entrepreneur side, are you seeing a change for yourself?
Hell yeah.
As you are going out and making that or shooting the extra content?
I feel like it's more fun now. Like I'm legit having fun. Before it's like a job. Like I just want to do it just because I have to. Now I feel like, okay, what can it hurt? And also because sometimes it's a hit or miss. Like sometimes I get a nice yield of reach, and then sometimes I get no yield of reach.
Yeah. I think that the problem is a lot of people don't know how to. We look at it as a job and we look at it as work, and because of that, we don't make it fun.
Yeah.
But once you start like planning things out and just learn, like, you don't have to be perfect.
No, and that was important.
Fun with it, right?
That was
Done is
important.
better than perfect.
Yes.
And if you have fun with it, people can see, when people see the content, they see the fun. And when they see the fun, they see you smiling and laughing. And what you do when you see somebody smile and laugh?
I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna laugh.
You smile and laugh with them. And so when you implement that into your content and people see that, some may not even be funny, but you watch a video and they cracking up laughing, you gonna laugh too, just because laughing is contagious.
Yeah, I agree.
And so if you implement that into your content, it makes it more enjoyable. And then once you actually start getting results, that's the key.
Now I'm like,
you getting results, it makes content a little bit more fun too. You start getting 10,000 views, 15,000 views, and you be like, oh, this shit working.
It's, you know what's weird? It's seeing my face in other people's stories that I don't follow, like random people,
Like
when I see my
reposting.
face reposted, I'm like, oh my God, that's my face. Like, oh my God, that's my face.
That's
Oh my God.
good.
It's creepy. Like, or when I go somewhere and people are a little more, they see me,
Yeah.
it's more local than anything, but they see me, they'll be like, oh my God, you're the girl with the podcast. I'm like, yeah, I'm the girl with the podcast. Hello, how you doing? Trying not to be
How does
awkward.
that feel to you though?
Sometimes it feels good. Sometimes it feels get the fuck out of my face. But
Yeah.
like, it just depends on where my mental is. Because a lot of the times, I feel like people don't really understand that there's more behind the scenes
For sure.
that they see that they don't see.
Yeah.
So like, they'll think, this looks good. This is fun. They don't see the 6 to 7 hours that I put in behind
Yeah.
this shit that looks good.
For sure.
So to them, it's fun, but for me, it's like I may have just stressed over how I was gonna get all this shit together.
How you was gonna get it together, pay for it, all this stuff. But man, it feels good to be recognized.
Well, you're recognized a lot more than me.
I don't know if that's true.
I do.
I don't know.
A lot of people know you.
Not
A
little
lot
bit.
of people, they know of
Not
you.
enough.
They don't know
I
you,
need
but they
more.
know of you.
Yeah.
They
I
know
need
you
more.
make some content.
It feels good to be recognized for the hard work,
Yes.
right? As entrepreneurs, we do a lot. Like you just said, the hours behind. Like they will see this episode, but not knowing that you've been here for 4 hours because you did 3 episodes before this. And so people just don't know the hard work that we put in. And it's hard. It's not easy. So at times when people recognize us or see us or give us a compliment, that shit feels good. When somebody be like, bro, I seen your content. You said X, Y, and Z, and it really helped me. Or like, I really be listening to what you saying and did this. That makes me feel good because it actually makes me feel like that I'm doing something that's actually helping somebody, and I ain't just doing it to just be doing it.
Yeah. You have mentors, right?
I do have mentors.
So yesterday I had a phone call from one of my mentors, and he doesn't really call me unless something big happened. So he called me yesterday and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know that I see what you're doing. And I like the elevation. That shit felt good.
Yeah.
Because he called me out of nowhere. Well, it wasn't even a call. It was like, hey, call me when you get a chance. I'm like, okay, I'll call you at 8.
Yeah.
Call him at 8 and he tells me that. That meant a lot to me than a lot of things that have been happening, and I've been having good moments. But have you had mentors recently or like in the past few months call you, either ask you what's up for a check-in? How does the check-ins, how do they feel?
So I'll be honest. As of right now, like I don't like mentors cost, right? So as of right now, I don't really have any mentors that I'm working with per se at this moment. So Cam has become like one of my coaches / accountability partners. And so like me and him have a check-in every week, right? And so having that accountability is always good. But when you're working with someone that looks up to you and they recognize what it is that you're doing, that feels good, right? Because this is someone you look up to.
Yeah.
I've had a bad experience with a mentor, and it kind of threw me off. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Can you speak on it? Or are we not speaking?
I can speak on that shit.
Okay.
So I had a mentor. So when I started throwing parties and stuff, I had a mentor. He taught me a lot. He was really connected. He was really smart. And as he was teaching me, like, I'm receiving what he's saying, but I'm applying it. And as I'm applying it, I'm good with social media. So I'm applying it and using social media, and I'm growing. But it was like I want you to do well, but I want you to do better than me type of thing. And so as he was my mentor teaching me, I felt like he wanted me to be someone under him at all times. But as I'm growing, it was just like, hey, like you doing some shit, but it ain't you. I want you to do good, but I want you to do better than me.
Yeah.
And so he like said shit like that. Like we got into it. He was throwing salt on my name, doing hella shit like that because he was feeling like you doing shit that I taught you, and you my competition.
Yeah.
That kind of threw me off for a moment. Like I didn't want to fuck with nobody. I like as mentor wise, because as someone that was like my first big mentor, like that hurt me. My feelings was hurt.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to rock with nobody for a minute. And then after that, all the mentors and coaches that I had, I'm just like, I'm paying them. And if I'm paying them, they ain't gonna hate on me because they getting money from me. So I start going that route as far as mentor. But that has helped me elevate too, right? Because a lot of people want to be mentored or be mentees,
Mhm.
but you have to understand as a mentee, you're adding to this person's plate. So
Yeah.
you're making them do more work. And as a mentee, you have to figure out how can you take off this person's plate so therefore they're able to teach you.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things I learned as a mentee is like you have to add value to the person.
Yeah.
And so as I work with people, I try to make sure that I'm adding value to their lives so they're able to help me grow. And then it's more of a fair exchange
Yeah.
in a sense, as well as paying them. So, but man, it's when you have somebody that you look up to and they recognize what it is that you're doing, that feeling is like, damn,
I'm doing something.
I'm doing something. Like
That's
this is
exactly what
all,
it
it ain't
was.
all for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also it's like I like what you said about actually having to pay. So I just got comfortable with that
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't pay for it. You should wait." But you get what you pay for.
Get what you pay for.
And some of the best experience I've had, including, engaging with you and in the communities, was paid for.
Yeah.
Or even some of the stages that I'm going to go speak on, those are paid for, but the exposure I get from those
Mm-hmm.
things helps me to become better. It expands my skill set.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what it was. Like a lot of people, they frown upon paying for stuff. And I'm like, you got to figure this person's put in, you included,
Mm-hmm.
X amount of years in your education on how to be the best at what you're best at.
Yeah.
So it's kind of insulting. Not kind of, it is insulting
Very.
when people don't want to pay, but they want free. Like,
Yeah.
you have to pay for my time.
Yeah, it's twofold, right?
Mhm.
Number one, out here in the Bay, we don't really have that culture.
Mhm.
The Bay Area is one of those hustlers
Mhm.
communities, right? We have hustle culture. Parents probably was drug dealers, aunties, all that stuff. You can't trust. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. So we grow up with this mentality that we have to hustle and do things by ourselves.
Mhm.
But once we start actually being in business and being entrepreneurs, being by yourself is not sustainable.
Mm-mm.
So we're not taught to pay and do things like that. So when people bring that up, it's like foreign to us.
Mhm.
And so like I remember when I was paying for like help or paying to go to events, I used to have friends like, are you getting scammed? Are you paying people to teach you shit that you can look up on YouTube and all of that? And it was like, this shit ain't on YouTube. And if it is, you got to search hours just to
Mhm.
find it. And then everybody's saying so much different stuff
You don't
that
know
you
what's
don't
real.
know who's right and who's wrong. But if I pay this person who's actually done it and they're giving their formula, the process is faster
Yeah.
for me. And a lot of people have never experienced that, so they don't know it. And so when you talking about paying people for information or help, it's foreign to them that we're ignorant to that, especially
Mhm.
out here. But when I start going to Atlanta and I start seeing that kind
They
of
help
stuff
each
and I
other.
start learning and all of that, I'm like, oh. So I go to Atlanta. I still teach stuff that I learned 3 years ago from a conference I learned in Atlanta,
Mhm.
right? People still don't know it out here to this day. And they'd be like, damn, I learned this 3 years ago and I'm still teaching it.
Mhm.
And it's because like other cultures, other communities are kind of more advanced. And so once you get outside of that box, you really start learning and you really start growing. So that's been like the key for me is just like, get my ass out of here.
Yeah.
Go fly somewhere. Go to a conference. Go to a few conferences. I go by myself.
Yeah.
I'll be in Atlanta for a week by myself at 2 different conferences because don't nobody want to go or don't nobody see the value in it. But I go, I learn, and I apply it. Now people are asking me,
What are you doing?
how do you do that? Well, shit, I learned it because I went here.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason I wanted to take the podcast on the tour was so I
Mhm.
could get out of my comfort zone and actually get out to meet people.
Yeah.
Like everybody, it's human nature to want to stay in your comfort.
Yeah.
But like you said, a lot of these motherfuckers not trying to help each other. So it's like either they hate on you because you're going to do better than them,
Mhm.
or they start to see you elevate a little more and they don't want to say, hey, I see you.
Yep.
It's more of like just super competitive, which I understand. It's just, it's nice when we go out of town and you can see the collaboration.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the things that shit even I got right now is from collaborations.
Yeah.
Even plans that I got up and coming, like going back to the places that I have visited, or right now I'm about to go to Texas in 2 weeks. So it's like there's people need to get out of their comfort
out
zone
of it.
overall.
Sure. You don't grow there.
No.
You don't grow
And
there.
it's sad because I feel like, especially in entrepreneurship, a lot of people out in California are very stuck in their ways.
For sure.
They don't want to learn and they don't want to educate. Or if they do, it's like only my people get educated. I'm not educating the world.
I want to give you your flowers because what you're doing is really dope. And what you're doing is inspiring.
Thank you.
Like, even for me as a beginning podcaster in a sense, right? Like seeing you like travel, go to New York, or I think you said like Hawaii or something that you was going to, and just going, like you just said Texas, right? You're literally traveling to places, booking and getting people and taking your podcast like on the road. And so you're really building a name and a brand, not just here in different places. That is so dope to me, right? That is so dope, and that's so inspiring because I look at you and I see you doing that, and I'll be like, dang, like I want to do that too. Like, I need to figure out how to do that.
Goal. That's the goal. I want all of us to be like, even I know it's like not realistic, but I would love to have all of my podcasting friends and we just go and do this shit. Like, if they can do it for tonight's conversation, we can do it on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
And it'll be more of a variety. And this is kind of like off on a tangent, but it'll be more of a variety to cater to different audiences. So that's never been done.
Yeah.
So that's what I hope for in the long run, is like I learn from this experience and we're able to apply that to a future really big group traveling.
Yeah.
Which would be nice.
I think that's really dope, right? And like you said, like tonight's conversation is a prime example, right? We have to study the greats and study the people that's doing things. And so you look at them, they started off as a podcast, they got popular, and now like they travel all over and just do their podcast live and get paid for it, right? And they making 6 figures plus. And I was trying to watch an episode, and I went to their YouTube, and I'm like, where the hell is the episode at? They don't even have their stuff on YouTube. You have to download the app pay for the app to watch their stuff. And I didn't even know that.
They got their own card game.
Yeah. And so once I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, they just put their YouTube shorts on there. YouTube. And then if you want to see the episode, you got to buy the app. But that's so genius, right? That's smart. And so, but you have to, it goes back full circle to what we said about the brand. You have to build the brand to make people want to see this kind of stuff. And they, prime example, they built their brand to where it's like, no, you can't go on YouTube and watch my stuff for free. You got to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's like a TV. Podcasts are like TV shows, right? YouTube, all of that kind of stuff. They're really TV shows. A TV show that you watch on a streaming platform, 45 minutes to an hour. Podcast is the same thing. It's just sometimes it's just worded different, so we look at it different, but we're really creating a TV series for people to watch. And once you start looking at it like that on the business mindset, you can start getting paid and implement commercials and all of that kind of stuff in your podcast, because that's the way you get paid for it. So, I mean, you watch that kind of stuff and you learn from it and then you apply it. So, let's sit down, figure out how we gonna do this podcast tour, and we can start locally, right? Go to SAC, go to Fresno, go to LA, come do something here. Then we go to Texas and maybe hire a big name out there to bring more people, right? That was kind of my cheat code on building my brand. Let me spend my money on hiring bigger names.
And a lot of people are scared to do
that. $5,000, $10,000 to fly this person out here for my event and bring people out so they can see it. And then I build a relationship with this person. Now I have their phone number. I can call them. They'll call me. And just because I spent money invested in a brand, now I built relationships, right? But also the cheat code is like, hey, man, how you bring such and such out here? How you know David Shands? How was that relationship? And just questions and stuff like that. And now my brand is building because I'm investing in myself, but I'm investing in relationships with other people.
Yeah, and people respect it when you support their hustle as well. They respect it a lot more than you just coming up and asking for a free game.
Yeah.
Which they have their moments to give free game, but it's something different when you say like, hey, I want to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm willing to pay for it. I'm willing to pay for your time. But speaking of that, let's touch on this. So the episode that never launched. Well, this was prior to me actually going to your event. the entrepreneur experience, which was probably a game changer for me in general because afterwards I was so inspired to come back. I had fumbled horribly. Like I had so many big names in one place. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even know half of the big names that were in there, but like when I went to go look them up, I said, "Damn, I really fumbled this. Really fumbled it. I was not prepared. I was very unsure about my own standing in my own business.
For sure.
No confidence behind it." So when we came back to the drawing board is one of the things to why I wanted to join the entrepreneur experience or entrepreneur members club. There we go. Was because I didn't want that. And I think a lot of people are stuck in that phase where they're afraid to actually be great in their business. And that's the thing is like, if you don't have confidence in the business that you're building, nobody else is going to back you up.
Nope.
So part of that is being misinformed and uneducated. What advice would you give to those people that are afraid to take that extra leap?
Honestly, the advice is just to do it. It's cliche, and I know it just sounds funny, but if you don't have confidence in something because you're not practicing it or you're not doing it enough. So let's just give an example of content. A lot of people don't have confidence in creating content because of the way they look. They don't know how to do X, Y, and Z. But the problem is you're not practicing it.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the better you become, the easier it is. Confidence is nothing but practicing. If you practice something, if I'm Steph Curry and I practice how to shoot threes, I'm confidently walking into the game shooting my threes because I shoot 1,000 of them a day.
Yep.
I practice it. And because I practice something, I get better at it. Now I have the confidence. So for someone who's an entrepreneur who's afraid of taking the step, the thing is just doing it and keep doing it over and over until you become better at it. Right? I literally had a conversation with somebody last night at a networking event, and they were just like, well, what about posting content and it's not good? And I was like, well, how is it ever going to get good?
Yeah, how do you know it's not good?
Like, how do you know that other people ain't going to like it? But then how do you know that, how you ever going to get good if every time it comes for you to post and you never do it?
Yeah.
I'm like, if you scroll back and look at my content from years ago, my shit wasn't good. My content now isn't the best content I'm going to post.
Yeah.
The content I'm posting today, 3 years from now, I'm going to look at this and be like, damn, that was horrible. Because I'm going to get better. Right? And so it's just, we have to continue to do. You shooting a podcast. Your first episode
horrible
to episode 100 is not going to be the same. Episode 100 is going to be way better than episode 1. But you can only get to episode 100 by doing it. And so whatever it is that we're doing as entrepreneurs, we just got to keep going and keep doing it. And we build up the confidence. And once we build up the confidence, we build up the know-how. And that is how we're going to get better at whatever it is that we're doing it. We just got to do it. Done is better than perfect.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You just got to do it.
That was y'all got some gems today. That was a highlight of the conversation right there.
Yeah.
But if you could give anybody advice about content creation, what is the number one thing?
Sure. Plan it out. Okay, let me give you this example. It's your birthday. Girls trip. It's your birthday.
And I'm going to girls trip.
And you're going to plan out your vacation.
I'm going outside.
All right. I need everybody to get yellow bathing suits. Because when we get here, they got this scene. It is going to be all 10 of us in our yellow bathing suits for this picture. They have this club. They have this excursion. We're going to go on this boat trip. And when we go on this boat trip, we all going to wear green bathing suits, right? You plan out your vacations. What you doing, where you going. We plan it out so we can make sure it's successful and we have fun. Same thing you got to do with your content. And that's where a lot of people like it. They don't plan out their content. What happens is people try to pick up their phone and create content on the spot. They're not creative enough. They don't know what to post. Then you got to think of what you're going to say. And then you do 20 takes. And now you got to edit it. And you just like,
too much.
Too much. Put your phone down. Now you don't post nothing.
Been there.
But if you plan it out, like, okay, on Sunday, I have 2 hours. I want to shoot this. I want to shoot this. I want to shoot this. I want to show this product. I want to show this service. I want the product and to look like this. I want this trendy audio I want to do. I'm going to do this dance. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I planned out those 5 videos that I'm going to shoot. So on Sunday at 12 o'clock from 12 to 2, I got this time planned. It's easy for me to shoot my videos and to create the content because I planned it out.
Mhm.
I'm going to wear this shirt on these 2 videos. I'm going to take this shirt off, put this hoodie on, and put that hoodie on for this video. Take this hoodie off, put this on for this video. I'm planning it out. So when there come times for me to shoot, it's easy to do because I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm wearing. I can execute.
Yeah.
So the best way to execute content is to plan it out and batch create. Plan it out, batch create. That's how you show up.
It has made my life a lot easier.
I'm telling you.
A lot easier. Not gonna lie.
I learned that from the people that we see, right? Now, once you start getting money, you start hiring people to do all the stuff for you. But even if you're hiring people to do stuff for you, you still got to plan it out.
Yep.
They're just shooting and edit it for you, but you still have to plan out what it is that you're going to post or what it is that you're going to sell, right? So no matter what level you're on, there still has to be a plan. And Tyler Perry isn't shooting a movie without a script.
Yeah.
He got a plan what his shot's gonna look like, right? Even though some of his wigs and stuff he fucked up, but he still got a plan.
I was like, that's the beauty of it,
right?
though.
He still have a plan, so you have to look at it the same way.
Yeah.
It's just your content is a commercial for your business. The best way to stay consistent is to plan it out.
I agree. That is the best thing. Okay, so I do want to be respectful of our time.
Oh, you cutting me off?
I don't want to.
Have some more to say.
Huh?
Have some more to say, but
No.
I got like 15 minutes, man.
look
Come on, man.
here.
Dang, look. All right, everybody, look, get your phone. No, I'm just playing. Cam didn't finger me yet, so I still got time.
Listen,
No.
I don't like to draw the conversation out longer than it needs to go, okay? But I do want to be respectful of your time.
For sure.
And I would love for you to give the people one last piece of advice before we exit out.
Cool. Can I give them like 2 pieces of advice? Okay.
2 works.
2. Okay. So my first piece of advice is make sure that you like and subscribe this podcast, The Wonderland Effect, because she's dope. She have me on here and she have other amazing guests. So the knowledge, the laughs, all of that, you need it in your life. So you want to make sure that you're subscribed to this podcast. And only haters don't subscribe to people podcasts that they watch. And you're not a hater. So that's my first piece of advice. My second piece of advice is to make sure you follow me on social media because I'm going to help you with your content. And you need to join our community.
Yep.
I have a community of entrepreneurs, of content creators, and we talk everything: content, sales, book club, content days, accountability partners, all of that. So if you're struggling with content, the best thing to do is be around a bunch of other people that has the same mindset and goal and be around other creators. So Content Creation University. And if you follow me on Instagram, let me know you watched this episode. I'll give you a week free.
Oh,
I give them a week free, a month free.
You should join the community.
If they see this episode and they come to me, I'll give them a month of the community for free. Just because you got to say Wonderland Effect. Though. You got to let me know, and then I'll give you a month for free.
We love that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
That's good. You feel me? I appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much for your time.
That's good.
I do appreciate all the gems that you dropped in this episode.
Uh-huh.
So, as you guys know, as we're closing out, please like, comment, share, subscribe. He too has a podcast. I will link all of his information down below. And don't forget, if you watch the entire episode all the way to the end, you might have a free week or month, whatever it may be. I don't know. But thank you. Bye.
Peace.